My only question, maybe concern, would be, does she have time to develop these graphs, considering all the other many things that we put on her every week? I just wanna make sure she actually has time to do something like that, versus some of the things she doesn't have time to get to now, so.
Yeah,
concerned about
yeah,
that.
yeah, absolutely. So I asked her about that, and, you know, in my mind, there's no urgency to this,
Okay.
right? So you have a couple minutes, you just collect the data points. I mean, I can actually do the graphs if we have the data points. It's just compiling the data over the last couple of years, so 24 data points. So as long as it's not stopping her from,
Yeah, then I think it'd be great.
okay. All right, Main Street. So there was drama about Main Street, in the sense that Caroline had a phone conversation with the property owner next door, who was quite surprised at the state of affairs. And
You haven't seen this property recently then, no?
he sent us a letter
Yeah, I saw it.
to, okay. So,
We've condemned it, right?
well, let's see what it was from Caroline, was it?
Really no argument from him, we've condemned the property. Right,
Yeah,
didn't we
he's
officially
not
do that?
responding, he didn't respond to that, he just said he would,
Gonna clean it up, right?
yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
and secure it.
and he's gonna get
Finally.
the trash,
Yeah.
he's gonna secure it and get the trash out of there, doesn't, the rest of the, situation has not been addressed. But that was the our immediate concern.
So we sent the letter that we were condemning the building
That it
to his real estate agent and whoever else that we need to
yes,
send it to?
I think that's what
So it's
prompted.
been covered?
Yes.
Okay.
The letter did get sent, and so it says, before anybody lives there, it has to have an occupancy.
Or anyone buys it, they should know the building has been
It
condemned.
has to be disclosed,
Right.
Caroline, I heard Caroline saying that to him too, so yes.
But his agent's been told, so
So the
legally they have to
letter
disclose.
gets sent, that strong letter that that Tom wrote for us,
Mhm.
gets sent to the property owner, to our legal counsel, and to the listing agent.
Okay.
And this is his response, so this at least secures it and removes the trash.
Great.
I'm gonna table Salmon Falls Family Fund Day liability insurance because Denise wanted to be here when we had that conversation, and I didn't have time to touch base with her, so.
Okay.
I told you that Tia was looking to freshen our website? Maybe?
Okay, all right.
Well, I thought it said it earlier, but anyway,
Maybe.
so I'm gonna have to show you on here, because I can't show you there.
Mm.
But she found a framework, so this is just, it's not, you know, the colors may be different, the picture's gonna be different,
Sure.
but it will look, can you see it? It will look something, that's the framework that she would like to choose.
A little more streamlined.
Yeah, and it has
Quite a
places,
bit,
now some of
actually.
these things, you know, we don't need, so she'll excise them if they're things that we don't
Sure,
have.
sure.
Here's like the little news feed is right on the top,
Nice,
and then you
nice.
get to others.
Sure.
She's working with, she wanted me to also say that when I talked about this, I may have had Kristen Palago's role a little too strong. Kristen will, you know, provide some help with like colors,
Sure.
formatting,
Yeah,
but
that's great.
it's really Tia that's doing this. So can I give her the okay or on this?
It's fine by me, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I can use the other one, so it doesn't matter to me. If we think we wanna do it, sure.
Yeah, the other thing that's helpful about this is a WordPress thing, is that it's in the cloud. So it's
right,
not
right,
going to
that's
be resident on her
Sure.
machine.
That's great.
You know,
Excellent.
Caroline will have will
Terrific.
get an account, so that's the
Gotcha.
other thing associated with it.
That would be very good. Okay.
All right, so we good with that? Super. School district interbank transfer, so we followed up with that, Beverly followed up with it, and were you here, do you know about this?
I know why it stopped.
Tell me why it stopped. Mr. Treasurer, does that have to do with your days as
It
treasurer?
didn't have to do with me being treasurer, it had to do with the person that was treasurer before me and his distrust of computers. And not wanting to have to pay any sort of bank fee at all. So he was able to negotiate with Citizens Bank to eliminate a number of fees that we had, but they also eliminated almost all of our services, because banks, you know, you have to pay for the services you receive. That's how they make money. So he did away with online bill pay, basically, or
ACH.
Yeah, ACH, thank you. So, it'd be great if we did it again, it would make a lot of sense.
There is a charge, did you,
Yeah. I don't remember what the charge was, but
No, I mean, Beverly just came back and said, well, there's a charge.
there is a charge, yeah.
So,
If we wanna just keep doing the check route, whatever, doesn't matter to me, but.
well, one.
I don't distrust bank transfers.
Yeah. So, you know, when I've spoken to the folks who are doing the clerk works,
Yeah.
I had a talk with one of the women from there about a year ago about some of their software. I think it's when Kate was first thinking about doing this.
Yes.
And so I talked to her about accepting credit cards
Yeah.
and online registrations. And asked her, so what is it that we have to have in place? And so, because of, the state gets some of that money, so when we register a car, some of it stays with us, some of it goes to the state. Because of that, you need to be able to do something with the state, and I don't remember exactly what you called it, and it requires us to do an automated clearinghouse transaction from our bank, or from some service that would do it for us. And so I said, okay, thank you very much, and I left it at that. So, long story
I
is.
researched all of this when I first became treasurer, and the select board at the time refused to entertain any of it, because I don't think the chairman at the time trusted computers either, and didn't want to entertain the notion of having to spend anything on any fees, so.
Well, and for me,
So,
I just wanna know, what is that anything,
yeah, well,
right?
I don't
mean, it's
remember
one
what
thing
it
if
is
it's
now.
$1,000 a month, it's another
Right.
thing if it's, $10 a month,
It
but,
wasn't that
so,
much, yeah, but
it's
there were
probably
fees
some.
associated. but-
Yes, so I think the point I'm trying to make is, maybe we could just keep that in mind as if and when we get to exploring ACH, we would have two uses for it. We would have this, the state DMV and then this one, so that's the only point the only piece of information.
There's a number of services you could provide to the residents of the town to make things more convenient for them, but you will have to pay for them. I mean, and you may find that the fees outweigh the convenience. I mean, but it's nice to actually have the conversation.
Yeah. It is nice to have a conversation.
I know, I wasted several hours of my life at Citizens Bank in Manchester when I first became treasurer, because the select board didn't want to talk about it. You weren't on board then, so. Not throwing you under the bus, I'm sorry, you weren't on the board yet, so.
That's okay, that's all right. All right, so, pardon?
Yeah, exactly. I should have started with
I
that,
don't
but I thought I
have the
understood
mistrust
that.
of computers,
Yeah, well, obviously.
so, which
But
is not to
Beverly
say they're
didn't give any
perfect.
numbers.
Pardon?
In her email, she didn't give.
No, she didn't give any numbers, so it's like, okay,
Right.
well,
Right,
so, I mean, I'm inclined to think what you think, and let's just continue with the checks.
right.
We'll keep it in the back of our heads, and if we wanna do anything else with it that requires ACH, we can maybe bundle them both
At the
together.
time, the gentleman isn't with Citizens anymore, I cannot think of his name.
Oh, the guy was the municipal?
He was willing to come over here and do a whole presentation, but there wasn't any interest, so.
And I'm sure they will have done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who, I was like, I'm out of that now, I don't know who's in charge of it, but if Beverly contacted them, I'm sure they'd be willing to come over and do it again, I mean, or do it, for the first time. So, but it's up to her as treasurer,
Mm-hmm.
so. It sounds like she's willing to do research she already has, so.
All right, well, unless you wanna continue with that, we'll just have Caroline continue to write checks and,
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay, all right. Gannon Hill Road, she's still trying to get in touch with them, so there's really no update there. There is an update with the engineering review for stormwater, in that we authorized a purchase order for $1,000
Yeah,
to review the regs, and civil consultants came back and said, well, did you get their email, or did?
I don't remember seeing it, how angry am I gonna be?
Well, I was, it's just, everything's so expensive.
Expensive, yes.
Must have come from Caroline.
I don't remember seeing anything about that. But it came last
Civil
Monday or
consultants, May
Tuesday.
6th.
May 6th. 3 days ago?
Oh, just to me, sorry.
That's why I didn't see it.
I spoke with Jay Stevens. He can do what is outlined in the statement of work within a day and a half or 2 days' worth of work. He estimates the cost to be between $1260 and $1680, probably closer to the low end. Would you like me to redo the PO? I said to hang in there until I talk to you all.
Which is what this was, just,
Oh, did you do it? Oh, all right. That's right, I said, yeah, do it for 1,500, we'll see what the board says. So it would be coming out of professional services,
Yeah.
which is where we get sort of like our bundle, our legal and.
Well,
You know, Caroline says, do you want me to ask around at other places? I mean, we could do that. My sense is, you know, my sense is it's not gonna be vastly different.
but I think, well, here's the thing.
no, the waste of her time per hour
Exactly.
is
Right.
not worth
Whatever.
$200.
Exactly, and civil engineers is.
They know the town, they know
Right.
our driveway, our shared driveway issues.
Yes, intimately involved with that.
So they,
And it's too important not to do it. I mean, I think that we have more to lose by not doing it than by spending the extra couple $100.
so I will
Is our P,
entertain.
does Jody have the PO on?
Yeah, is the old one there?
No, just the new one.
All right, so if
So
we
have to
accept this,
void-
we'll have her void the old one. We'll put it right on this one that we are voiding the first one.
Do you want me to get that number out?
Yeah, can you get it from the minutes?
I'm looking.
It should
If
be,
it boots quick enough.
well,
Oh,
you
my
know,
God, sooner.
you know what, I can do it from here.
Can you do it? Super.
Thank you.
I just have to find it.
Was it just, when it was?
Civil
Well,
just
consultants,
last week.
1,000 PO 674.
Okay.
Thank you.
Faster than a speeding
We
bullet.
did it on paper.
Paper wins again.
People are-
Okay. I move to cancel purchase order 674 that was submitted last week for the amount of 1,000.
Yes,
Sure, second.
second.
Okay.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay, so we voided 677.
Just make it a little.
If we're going to entertain this one, I'd like to also put it,
I was just
On
gonna say, I
this
just
one.
got a note
Yeah.
on, the notation on it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
that would actually
Yes.
be a good thing to do as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
To move to accept new purchase order 746 to civil consultants to maximum amount of 1,500.
Any discussion?
We wanna say what it's for? What-
It's
Stormwater technical review, I apologize.
Second, yeah.
all right, second, any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I just wanna make sure it's all in there, that's all.
Yeah, and she's gonna include, she read him or sent in the technical review too. So he was actually looking at it when he,
Gotcha.
uh,
So it wasn't just a
no,
shot in the dark.
it
he was
wasn't a
actually
shot in the
looking at
dark,
it.
he looked at it, but, so.
Okay. I mean, it's,
Do you need to initial the void
So-
part of that?
they got it.
Okay. Very good, okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay, my agenda got misplaced here. So, policies and procedures are a thing on its own, they're not under stormwater, I don't know how they came out on yours.
Came out fine.
Okay,
Came out
yeah,
fine.
okay, they don't know mine. All right, so personnel, it is 8:45, but I would like to, if I can have your patience, look at the first part of the personnel policy.
Yeah. I wish I had.
I'll bring it up, we can gather in as soon as I get it. Hang on. So what I did was I started accepting some of the things that we had put in, changed the formatting to get it in line.
Mhm.
And if we can just do this first part, I would be, it would move us along a little bit. So I sent you the link, so it would be this one.
Did you just send this
I sent you the link,
Today?
Earl,
or yesterday maybe?
yesterday.
So I have it right here.
Yes. So the things that are still, that I thought were still up in the air, was section on personnel, policy, rules, and regulations, where we had part-time employee shall mean an employee who is scheduled to work less than 24 hours per week. And my comment was, shouldn't this read 32? Because that's the, 32 is the new full-time, part-time would be less than 32, wouldn't it? Not 20, I don't know where this 24 came from. Part-time employee shall mean an employee who is scheduled to work less than 24 hours per week.
Should be less than 32 for us.
Yeah, unless we, it should be less than 32, right? That's part-time. If full-time,
24 your work hours?
if full-time is 32 or more, then part-time is less than 32, right?
I thought we had done that for
A reason, I'm starting
insurance
to remember.
reasons, because then that brings all transfer station people to part-time employee, and as insurance gets changed and changed and changed, I thought we wanted to have a number there.
Yes, my question is, why is it that number 32?
Yeah,
I mean, if, so, again, I'll just say where the,
Okay.
so what happens if somebody, like Caroline, is working 28 hours a week? Isn't she part-time? She's not full-time.
Right.
This doesn't cause, she's in like limbo land. So that was my question.
yeah.
So we should make this 32 then? All right. Could you tell the peanut gallery, please, that it does say less than 32?
I didn't say less than, I said under.
No, it says less than.
Okay, so here's
All right, so,
seasonal hourly, how do we, less than
so I
30.
didn't know why we were putting seasonal hourly and not just seasonal employee. It's a picky little thing, but so seasonal employee shall mean an employee who's scheduled to work less than, and then we had 30 and then 15, so that clearly didn't, that was not good. So again, it must be less than 32, I'm guessing, because it's a part-time employee, even though they could be working a lot of hours,
Mhm.
but they're not scheduled to work more than 32 or whatever that is. You know, there's something here that you wanna think about, because we're not sure why we did what we did, I mean, that's fine too.
Work less than 30 hours per week and is employed on a continuing basis without expectation or interruption of service for a set number of weeks.
I
That makes
hate to
sense.
say this, but another workshop.
Okay, it's too late to talk about these things.
I hate.
I understand. I understand. I don't disagree.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Just-
Okay,
Just to double check, cross our Ts,
Yeah.
dot our Is.
then,
'cause
can I just ask the following? I agree with that. But can we get from the, did we talk about, the thing about, political activity? Can we run this by the municipal association?
Yeah, I thought we were.
I thought we were, so I didn't, so I'll just do
Oh,
that.
okay. All right.
Okay.
I thought you
Oh, I
had,
thought you
sorry.
meant at the beginning.
No, wait, there's a whole
Under
section.
that.
Where is it?
Article
Article what?
7.
Oh, okay, yes. So,
And I don't think we decided on that either.
exactly, so, and that, I wasn't gonna do that tonight.
Right.
I knew that was
Probably
hopeless.
should say section.
So I was gonna, what I was trying to do was that section,
Mhm.
and then can we send this to the municipal association?
Yes,
Mhm.
please.
All right, so I'll do this, and then we'll schedule something.
Yeah.
All right,
And at the very beginning, where the added section that I had to add, what labeled an employee, I forgot what
Ellie,
it was. Yeah.
This one? the
Yeah,
discrimination?
Yeah, that Mike had.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
put, so I just did it by reference.
Yeah.
So the town of Rollinsford adheres to RSA 354 blah, 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 and considers the opportunity for employment without discrimination to be a civil right. So it doesn't list them, it just says go,
Okay, so you just changed it to the
To-
RSA?
yes, to the RSA.
Why?
Well, because that way, when the RSA changes,
Fair enough,
that was I thought the whole point was so that we didn't have to,
okay, alright, that's fine by me.
Because that's
it says
why-
we adhere to RSA 354A, blah, blah, blah.
Right, but that
Or abide by,
RSA,
if you want a different,
No, okay, I get what you're saying now, okay. I think we need to look at, where did it go?
well, Mike, do you agree that we just plain need to schedule
Yeah, but I just wanna flag,
something else?
yeah, the accrual rate for time off.
Yeah, I looked at that, I got a little,
I was thinking about it recently, I don't know.
yeah, I got a little, why do we cut it?
Well, no, I mean, I think we're trying to, in my mind, I thought we were trying to actually make it
I thought
better.
it was to
Get-
streamline.
it was streamline,
Yeah,
and
the
get more
streamline, and
hours.
the staff were on board, the staff who were here, I thought.
Yeah, I know, but I wanna make, well, yeah. I know.
And they will have a chance to look at this, so we can't
Yeah, and
do this.
and we'll have, they'll have an opportunity for
Yes.
input, alright, so that's fine. I just wanna make
But
sure, I wanted to make sure we weren't, in our minds, we were doing something positive, and I was thinking pro-employee because they don't have to wait till the end of the year for their time. But if one of the few perks that they get as a municipal employee versus someone in the private sector is that they can accumulate and hold more time for sick time, you know, because we were saying if you get whatever it was, 5 days, 10 days a year, if you don't use it, you lose it all. Well, that may be one of the very few perks that they have as a municipal employee, because they're not getting the same compensation they would get as a private sector employee. Do we want to, I mean, it's a larger conversation to have at
Yeah,
a.
I'm not ready to have it.
But that's why I wanna flag it, I was
Well, I
doing
think
dishes
it-
one day and I said, you know, do we really do the right
I
thing?
think it sort of is, I mean, my own personal feeling was that I didn't wanna pay people for banked sick leave.
And I don't either.
Right.
The point
So-
was though, that if someone goes out like on, say, short-term disability, and if you're a part-time employee, I don't want to think with this guy reading my own policy at work or something. They don't qualify if they worked, you know, so many hours. So in a lot of towns, what will happen is, they're allowed to bank so much time, so if they do have to go out on short-term disability, they can use that time first, because they wouldn't
So you're
necessarily
concerned that we're not allowing them
qualify for that.
to bank?
Yeah, it was the banking, not so
Yeah,
much the,
a payout at the
yeah, I
end.
don't wanna pay up for
Yeah, no, that's,
sick time at all.
yeah, that's,
And I think we did away with that.
I don't
no,
know.
I thought we were gonna allow them to bank so much.
That's why,
And
that's why I
they were
wanted to
also
flag it, 'cause
gonna
I thought we
have the
did.
option of a buyout at the
That's
end
for
of the year as
vacation.
well. Right,
Vacation.
Buyout
I
for
think you're
vacation,
talking
yes.
vacation, Mike is talking
Sick
sick.
time.
but I thought we were also going to allow them to carry so many days that would bring them to their short-term disability.
I don't think we did, I thought we
Mike.
did just the opposite. I thought we just capped it and said,
Oh,
So we need to review it.
another
I
one
think so.
more?
Well, that's what I mean, I
Just
think that's
one.
another reason why we need to have, well, it's for the whole policy, right?
Yes,
So it's
yes,
not-
yes.
Yeah.
All right, so do you wanna look at your calendars now? Sure. Mine is pretty ugly over the next.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Well, it's not ugly for me, but as far as scheduling a Saturday, it's impossible. I could do the,
I'm booked every day this month, every Saturday this month.
well, the first one I'm offering up is July.
Oh, okay, let's talk about July.
I can do the 16th of July.
I currently have nothing there.
I do not either.
That's because it's so far in the future.
10 a.m., 9 a.m.?
9, let's do 9 o'clock. We'll call it a policy workshop, at least to the personnel.
Nine AM, July 16th.
Yes, Saturday, right? Okay. And I did, you said that I had left a note on the policy document.
Yeah, did you see the bottom?
Yeah, it was on comp time for full-time employees. And so I added I found something online, so just for us to look at before that meeting.
Okay.
All right, so back to this. Purchasing, Caroline and I are making progress on the reports.
Mhm.
That's all, I don't wanna bore you, we're making progress, still working on it. Board member activities and updates. Anything, there's a stormwater meeting this Wednesday that I may ask just Jeff to go to, I may not be able to do that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna press the button tomorrow morning,
Mhm.
I'm not here next Monday,
Mm-hmm.
so govern well.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that that's coming up that we need to talk about?
Parks and Rec hasn't reset another date yet.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we have a historical thing coming. We had a fabulous first meeting.
I keep hearing that, that's wonderful.
It's very nice.
I am trying to schedule
Good group of people.
the salary review folks, but we don't have a meeting set yet. And I've set up a historical Google Drive area for you all.
Yeah.
They have joint loss
I
on
think
the
it's-
6th, but I can call me before then.
Okay.
I put it in my calendar, I swear.
The 19th of May, it's a week from Thursday.
Is
June
historical?
19th? Oh,
May
May 19th, that's why I'm in the wrong month. Thank you, Sylvia. May 19th, in this very room. At 6:30 for those that wanna show up.
And then after the 16th, the next week, it's a Tuesday meeting.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So
Oh, on 24th. yeah.
24th, yep. And I think it's already been noticed, or?
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right, are we ready to do building permits? Was there anything
Is
else?
the 23rd Memorial Day?
No, but I'm not here.
Oh.
So you're doing this just for me, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Building permits, you got it. I'll give you the first three. Well, we already did this one, this gentleman. Actually, do you wanna do that first? There's a,
Oh, computer hut,
I don't know what it's for.
it's a cartridge for the DMV printer.
Oh.
Jody?
Move to accept purchase order 745 to the computer hut for the town clerk for one Lexmark T640 cartridge for the printer for $136.09. Oh, wait, sorry. Total with shipping, for a total of $150.09. I apologize.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Overall purchase orders, there's a couple in here, like once between.
Trying to do all in
Let's try
numerical
to
order
order
for us.
them here. Do you want Jody to go with another one?
Sure, if you wanna. Go for it.
Okay. Transfer station, purchase order 675 to Seacoast Ready Care for one blood test to determine effectiveness of Hep B vaccine for one employee at the transfer station for $61.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
I also have the trench rules and regulations ordinance. for
Oh,
all three of us
yes,
to
all
sign.
three of us
The
to sign,
original
so,
Do we
Michael?
already actually adopt it, or? I don't
well,
know
we
what
adopted it, the board adopted it last week in your
Perfect.
absence.
Perfect.
But we signed a transition kind of thing, it didn't, so this is the full-blown thing, so we can all sign it.
Okay.
I'll say, does it say it was effective date? It was effective last week. It was effective last week, so that would, thank you.
Do you have that, a copy of that?
Well, you can, with our signatures?
No,
You can ask
The graph.
Caroline, I don't have it, I think maybe Caroline has it. For the minutes, we
Yeah.
want it for the ordinance, just for the ordinances too.
I'd like to put a copy
Yeah,
in with
absolutely.
the minutes and then
Absolutely.
we'll have
Mike,
it
when you have a minute?
in paper.
Oh, happy to sign.
All right. Do we know
Trench
if
on.
they've done anything? No.
Got it.
So,
I
what's
can-
happening on Second Street, Michael, with this big excavation stuff?
It's a permit that we
We did sign that?
approved, yeah.
Okay.
That's the house on the corner south of Second, the bank foreclosure and everything. There was the two L's on the back, the wooden L's,
Oh,
Had
that's
rotted
the
off and-
house.
and
Oh,
the
I thought,
foundations
somehow
had
I thought it was
crumbled.
across the street or something.
Across the street was wrong.
Oh, okay, that's the house with the two L's, and there was some discussion, make it the same,
Yes,
okay, got it.
and you've taken it while they're falling off anyways. They took
Yeah.
them down, they took out a giant tree that was in the way as well, so that's what, all the commotion was yesterday.
All right. Okay, I was
Been
just
there.
curious.
They've been there since the 1800s, so, the wooden L's, so, I know there was someone on Facebook who was complaining that she didn't want to see them go back, but they've been there for 140, 150 years, so,
And
they're
came
going
in
back.
that tree before it got down
Anyway, what's that?
to, he came down, he
To
came
ask
into
about
Asphalt
Pine
Tree too.
He seems to be pretty proactive, so. Okey dokey. So, first building permit we have tonight is 2016-029, 546 Portland Avenue. Mr. Clark has reviewed and gone over their remodel of an existing structure. Estimate the cost of all the updates and demo and all that to be $107,000. So, permit will be $1,095. I can go into all the details, Mr. Clark's already reviewed
Yeah,
the
no,
construction, so if anyone wants to. Coordinate. I really wish my stamp had come in.
I know. Really, check with Caroline and see what her, the latest is.
Apparently, if one person goes out on sick leave at UPS, your packages don't get delivered. Is what I was told 2 weeks ago. They can't figure out how to deliver to a building that's only open limited hours a week. It was because the person who works for them was a resident of town.
Somebody, I know.
Right. So,
Small
because
town,
he's
what can I
got,
say?
he's out, packers can't get delivered, that's crazy. Multinational corporation, I know. So we should appreciate everything Rick does for us, I mean, apparently, I mean, who knew? He's a good guy and a great delivery person. Building permit 2016-042 for Nordic Lane.
Oh, that's familiar.
Yes, it has been reviewed by Mr. Clark.
Came in,
This is the new construction, the
You
second
got it.
construction.
yeah.
Brand new construction, everything has been reviewed, so,
Okay.
With the glass windows.
which is great, which means.
That's this one, or the, I think,
I don't know, they
This
both look beautiful.
okay. You take either one.
As soon as Mike.
I think
can
it's
leave
the
house,
first
I'll
one you
move it in.
really liked. I haven't seen this
Oh,
one.
I could have gone in my head, but whatever, it's late. So, this permit is going to be $2,385. Wow, it's for coordinate, right?
It's a tough one.
It is at 9 o'clock apparently.
I should really be at 6.
That's what I said. Now that we're doing it by 10, it's easier to multiply. Oh, I'm still using it.
I'm still double checking.
I would say, it's our call if we choose to start at 6.
Yeah. Okey dokey, permit number 2016-056. 92 Old Mill Lane. Clark has also reviewed. They're putting in a screen house / storage shed in an above-ground pool for $26,500. The permit is accepted, or granted rather, and is $290.
And above ground pool, you said?
Yes.
So they still have to fence it, don't they?
They have to have a thing, yes, that's attached to it. I will note that on here. All right. Next, permit number 2016, we're missing a bit. 2016-57. Mr. Park has also reviewed this one. This is plumbing for 43 Kelman Drive. This is the house had the fire. Keep it scrolling. It's going to be $155. So much easier when he already reviews them. Just turn our brains off.
The best part is his review of the amounts. That's where I think that.
Yes, so we're actually getting what we,
Exactly, because we're not, you know,
they pay the fee, it's covered through,
yeah. it's gonna-
his fees are covered through this. So anyways,
Yes, yes.
building permit number 2016-059, 465 Portland Avenue. Putting in a new patio. The fee will be $85. No, $45, sorry. I multiplied by 2. A heck of a patio. Building permit 2016
So can I
oh,
point
sorry.
something out, please?
Yes,
So this is actually my neighbor,
okay,
and so Judy and I were walking down the driveway.
yes.
This
You
is
noticed
us,
it?
this is us, yes. He says, hi, 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 he says, hi, John, what you up to? He says, oh, putting in a patio, I says, oh, cool, that's
So
really
did you
nice.
do the drawing or did he do the drawing?
He did
And
the
he
job.
added you in
He added,
walking?
because, yeah, we're the ones who, you know,
Ratted him
said,
out.
John, you really need a building permit.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
But I thought it was cute that he added little stick figures. Walking down the driveway.
Tis
They have
indeed.
pins in them?
Show up.
No, he was actually
Now
a
they
good
have to
sport
see.
about it. Let me sign it. Yeah, please. It's Judy and me. Walking down the driveway to get our mail or our paper or whatever, or
I
just
gotta say, my
exercise.
son draws the same stick figures.
You know, if you go down the driveway, there's the, you know, there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, 2016, what?
061.
Address?
464 Silver Street. For electrical work. Permit will be $95. Look like my signature. Oh, wait, oh, that's my signature.
It doesn't look like your signature. How can you tell,
That's not
Michael?
even. 2016-062. Well, first of all, we should teach these people that there's no G in Rollinsford,
Oh,
and that their construction is on Foundry Street, not on road. But besides that,
can we
Mrs.
forgive
Lincoln,
them that? Yes, you know, we can move on beyond
absent
that.
that, it's electrical work at the Legion,
The Legion,
$90.
and the Legion doesn't know that they're in Rollinsford?
They didn't fill it out. It was Griffin Electrical Services out
I
of
see.
Elliott, Maine.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So the students, the
So
capstone
what's the
students,
number up on?
Oh, I read it, 2016-062, address is 551 Foundry Street.
551, okay.
one of the students kept referring to us as Rollinsford. But out of that 5-member team, 4 of them have jobs already, and they all have jobs. 4 of them are staying in New Hampshire.
That's nice.
Yeah. 2 with Fidelity, and they're high-tech jobs. 2 with Fidelity, 1 with Liberty, 1 with a software firm in Leah, which I don't know.
In a lady?
Yeah.
Who knew? I wrote it. Okey dokey, now for the fun ones.
I agree with that, that was not look like you.
Doesn't,
It's equally
Plausible
illegible, it's equally illegible, but it doesn't,
Thank
it's
you.
not in the
I
same way.
appreciate that. The first is building permit number 2016-063A.
What?
I didn't fill it out. A. Our employee
I see.
did, so. It is 487 Locust Street, Rollinsford Grade School.
Oh, I see, okay.
For upgrade of electrical services to the main building and gymnasium for $125,000, permit fee waived.
We don't charge them.
Yeah, I know, it was part of
Okay,
our
just-
warrant article.
You're paying it either way, so either waive it or pay it. Comes out of our taxes either way. 2016-063B, asbestos removal,
It's a warrant article.
also warrant article. Also the grade school, 487 Locust Street.
That's why it's A, B, and C, I see.
Correct. Waived.
Doesn't that mess up our numbering?
I didn't fill it out. Our
You
person
won't,
did.
you'll just go on the spreadsheet as
It'll go in
such.
the, it'll go in the
Okay.
same folder too, the veggie can get, I think, so.
Yeah.
That was for 25 grand, that one's waived. And the last one is 2016-063C, replace flooring in annex hall and classrooms. Also waived, $28,995.88. They're exact at Dean's Carpet. Waived. Back to our regular scheduled program. All right, building permit 20, you already saw me, sorry. 2016-064, 546 Portland Avenue. Electrical upgrade. What's that?
I thought we had done something at that address.
You have them, I don't know. They haven't made their way back down yet, so.
Yeah,
On what?
5 something put one out.
546.
546.
Yep.
What are they doing in that one?
Demo existing kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Demo
Perfect.
existing bathroom, install new bathroom fixtures, finish portion of basement, upgrade electrical services. to-
We should put these together so they get paid at the same time. One, they're by different contractors, that's why, so. Imagine how much quicker it would be if I had my stamp. Building permit number 2016-065.
Can I ask on that 64, is it gonna be $90?
100, no, I'm sorry, 115.
Okay,
2016-065, 12 Willie Street. Oh, it's a driveway, okay. They're replacing the wood retaining wall with a poured concrete retaining wall and repaving their driveway, so,
There's structural issues, do you think, with that retaining wall, or?
I don't know. That's,
So
I'm
can
gonna
we
have
have-
Mr. Clark
Very
review
good.
it,
Okay.
but,
Once again, he'd like his stamp.
We did
I'm
our
gonna go
best.
to, I'm gonna go to
We signed the
Staples and
PO, I
I'm
know.
gonna go to Staples and get it.
We don't know where it is.
I wouldn't do that.
It's probably in the back of some UPS truck in the corner somewhere.
Apparently. And when someone's convalescence is over, it will be ordered.
I don't know what the, I don't remember the issue, so I don't, I don't know, so whoever's curious enough can touch base with Caroline. She did, I thought it'd be corrected by now, this was like a week ago when I asked, so.
Why not? Helps me with my penmanship.
Hmm?
Helps me with my penmanship.
If that helps.
Hey, just imagine if I didn't.
Looks exactly.
All downhill from here. Once the stamp has arrived. All right, last one we have is permit number 2016-067.
On Holy Street, is there a charge on that?
Yes.
100, what, I didn't say it, I'm sorry, $165, I'm sorry.
It's all right, I'm just keep
I
asking
thought I said
you.
it. No, I didn't say it.
Wow, people are busy.
'Tis the season. All right, so 2016-067, 83 Rollins Road. They are replacing their deck. It has not been reviewed by Mr. Clark. Remove existing deck and stair boards and replace with Trex decking. So is it on the same footprint? Don't know. And there's no,
There's no map. So we don't know if it's
has not been reviewed by
expanded.
Mr. Clark, so
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It says remove existing deck and stair boards and replace with Trex decking. Now,
On the same footprint?
I don't
bigger
know. I
footprint?
don't know that to
Doesn't
be
say,
true or
yeah.
not, so.
And there's no map, so no, there's a better word for that, there's no little diagram.
Everything's coded or something?
Is that Arnold?
83 would be across the street from you and before my brother.
It's Arnold.
Arnold. Karen. Karen.
Yeah, right?
Hmm.
That's one with the in-ground pool.
No.
Oh,
So we're not approving it until we get to know that info.
Close to
Is
it.
that, complete the business?
That would-
Any of the
no,
other
let me
numbers?
just make sure. This is old stuff that has never been removed. And the other one we did was,
Tonight with the check.
so I just need the permits back, please.
Permits back?
yes. And I left them in order.
Awesome, thank you.
Superior.
So this one is gonna be told Clark to review.
Well, not necessarily, they just have to, they can just
Okay,
submit a little
provide
drawing
more.
saying
I think Mike just said.
setbacks.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
I
need the
need to know a little
setbacks.
more information than what they have provided.
Okay.
All right, correspondence.
Okay, the pipe that we already reviewed,
Yep, okay.
our abatements, our exemptions that we have to go in non-public.
Okay. I think we can do the current land use one, so that's, if there are current land use items in there, we can do that in public.
Okay.
Current land use, yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not a hardship or a,
Okay. The recommendations, right, from
they're
Apple?
just recommendations, we have to see now if we want to follow them.
I think from what I understand, there were several incomplete applications.
That sounds familiar, but I don't.
Okay. Current land use, Robert Emerson. He recommends to accept. Everything seemed in order, mapping and everything.
Okay. Who signed Oakfields?
It's on the back of the application, I think, isn't it?
This is something where Caroline said.
And how do you want those
Okay.
in the note?
All right, so, well, so I think that the,
Application for current use, and the address, I would say.
yeah, so there's not a number, but I would say the property
For a lot number on that?
Yep, there's a lot map.
Okay, map a lot.
Yep. And so, we don't have to vote on it, we just, we'll vote by our signature.
Or do we wanna?
Do you have any questions?
discuss?
Well, I don't know what, if you wanna
I don't know.
discuss, I mean, our assessors have looked at it,
Yeah,
they checked the RSAs, and there's sufficient,
okay, that's fine, okay,
I mean, I'm happy to have you,
I'm okay with
this is kind of why we sent it to them,
it. Yeah, no, you're right,
so,
you're absolutely right. It's more so that next one's coming up, I think,
Yes.
then I'll look at it.
yeah, those we want to look at. I mean, we have asked them to make sure that there's a map, so that we don't run into the problem that we ran into
Most
with one of
definitely.
them just this year, so,
Yes,
so there you go, Michael.
thank you.
Do-
Oh,
Okay.
because I think these posted as a code.
Oh, okay, just the postage that didn't with one.
Norma and Wanda Gagnon, deny for now, because they are asking for lot 30-0, map 1, but lot 30-2-1. When they subdivided their land,
Oh, this is the one where you
I
thought
questioned
maybe,
it.
yes, you did.
Yeah, they subdivided the land, and the first lot, which is lot 30-2-1, is about 5 acres, along with the other easement land. They tried to coordinate with 10 acres. So that is why he's also denying it, because they just took it out to put the lots in. So assess on 30-2-1 must remain out of current use.
Ah, good, so, okay, you can't stick it back in, that was your question.
That was
So
my
there we go,
question.
there's the answer. Okay, all right. So, does it say denied? Maybe, so can you, do you still, who has the one, you want to say approved?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there we go, okay. So this is the one that they recommended we sign, so we've got it approved. And now this is where they're recommending we deny, so we will deny it.
Do we put a reason on that?
Lot.
There's space for,
The actual lot number is listed.
We'll ask
is-
Caroline, we'll
is-
ask Caroline to do this.
do we still sign if it's denied? Or do we check
Yeah,
off
it
denied?
did, yeah, I did, it's a denied thing.
I need that map a lot on that.
And then it has, okay, reason for denial.
Yeah, so I've asked Caroline to just make it coherent, the, you know, the,
Not feeling
what the
clear?
post-it, well.
Which one that
The next one. Map 3, lot 7, lot 1, map 4, map 3, lot 7. And they are combining, no, they still have 10 acres. They have 13 acres total, they're putting 10 in, so, and that was accepted, they have a map and a draw out of footprints.
Okay. I think you need, was it at least 2 acres? Which is the 2
For your
contiguous
home?
acres.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have
And you have
3,
to have at least 10.
and at least 10, right, yeah.
So, you ready for the next one?
He's almost there.
Hmm? Go ahead, no, you can do it. I can use.
Map 2, lot 19, 184 Roberts Road, 17.13 acres. They did not fill out what's going to be left out, so it looks like 14.5 is going into current use, and 2.63 are left out, but they did not fill in those spaces.
So we just deny it for now, or let them
Well,
know,
I
they
would
could amend their
prefer to have
application.
them, I would prefer not to fill it in, I would prefer to have them do, I'm surprised that, did we see a recommendation on this?
The sticky
Well,
one.
the email that came through said that we should just inform them so they can amend it, I thought.
Yeah,
They had to
yeah.
amend by the 31st, so
Okay,
so
so.
maybe just put